Can you hear me? Hi, everybody. Okay, so my name is Sarah Crilley, and I'm so excited to speak to you about Marketing Without Money, Part 2. My dad speaks about how to market without money, which is getting you on TV, how to pitch yourself to get on TV. But guess what this thing is? This is your own TV station in your own pocket. It's your cell phone. Who has a cell phone? Yeah, all of us have a cell phone. You have your very own TV station in your pocket. So what I want to teach you guys today is why to go social media live, because this really enhances everything that you're trying to do with your brand. And I get nervous every time I go live, but I promise you it's so worth it. And we're actually going to go live on all of your phones today. Who's with me? Yes? Okay, so what I want to start off with is the mindset of going live. And I'd like to start with just my dad was a broadcaster. Of course, he's shared his story with you of what he went from journalist to starting his own company, Real News PR. And at that time, I was graduating high school, and Dad calls me and he says, Sarah, how would you feel if Daddy wasn't on TV anymore? And I'm like, Dad, what are you going to do? And he goes, you know that book that you've been getting me booked to speak about? I'm going to start Real News PR, my own PR firm. So I grew up thinking everyone's dad was on TV. In kindergarten, I remember asking, which station is your dad on? I'm in kindergarten, and I'm like, my dad's on Fox 4. What channel is your dad on? And so it was incredible to see my dad get to a critical point in his TV news career, 25 years, and then let me know as soon as I'm graduating high school, Daddy's not going to be on TV anymore. So I was able to enter the world, and of course in high school I'm like, all right, what am I going to do with my life? You know, I want to be just like my dad. I'm going to be on TV too. We're going to be on Fox 4 together. It's going to be Sarah, Vera, and Dad, and I'm going to be learning all the ropes of what Dad's done in TV news. So enter 2008, Dad starts his TV career, his PR firm. I become his assistant, and I'm following him around. I'm getting really excited because I'm now watching him get our clients on TV, just how he was on TV all the time. And so fast forward, here we are, maybe, was it 2 years ago with the Jeff Crilley show? I had advanced from an assistant with Real News PR to helping start different divisions in the company. And Dad said, you know, it would be cool if, Sarah, what do you think if I start a radio show? I'm like, I love the idea of you starting a radio show, Dad. That would be awesome. You're going to be back on TV. But no, it's going to be radio. But who's going to see this, Dad? It's like, the terrestrial, it's on the dial. So I found myself wanting to record him constantly. You know, I want to make sure that Dad's message is reached out to as many people as possible. So every Saturday morning, just kind of like it is today, I'd be in there with one of our team members, Chris Gimbar, and we're setting up all these lights and all these cameras, and we're getting excited because, you know, we're going to capture Dad's message. He's going to be on 1190 every morning. But no, we're going to turn this around and put it on YouTube to just enhance Dad spending every single morning, every weekend on the radio. And so it would have been a year later, and this is like, it was an entire production of Dad and the videos and trying to get them up on YouTube, and all of a sudden Facebook Live hits the scene. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how exciting this was. I have chills because how incredible is it to be able to go live and they're commenting back, and you have this magical moment, this interaction with your audience. Was so cool. And not only that, but we didn't need to edit anything. It was instant. It was instant. It was happening. We were live. Dad, how about you read in the comments? And, you know, Dad's kind of understanding, but it was fun to be able to teach him this journey along the way. Now, when Facebook Live started, how many of you started Facebook? I guess it started 2 years ago, and I remember this pivotal moment just because it was so instant, but it was nerve-wracking, and it's like, is the data connection gonna work? How much battery do we have? And so, can anybody relate? Please show me around of hands. Who has actually gone Facebook Live? Yes, all of you. I'd love to bring up anybody just to kind of give because this is my interactive talk time. I really want to give everybody some moments. Who would like to share their Facebook journey? Come here. So for me, I was excited because it's instant. We're able to get the comments, but there is a little trick to going live broadcasting.
This is Wanda.
This is Wanda.
Yes,
Okay.
wonderful.
Okay.
I was just obedient to get on, but it's really excellent, and I've done
Just that one though. My husband does it all the time because he's a pastor. But I did that and that's how it went. But it's very, very awesome, especially with what we're trying to do now with the books. I'm just a little shy to speak. So.
But you're so great. Round of applause. So she brings up my first point. You're reaching an audience. People love this. You're on social media, and the Facebook algorithms have really prioritized any live content, which is really cool because you're going to reach people instant. And 2.3K, that's a lot. And gradually over time, you get more and more reach. So first of all, you're going to reach a ton of people. Now, how often should you do it? I mean, it's always up for, how you're feeling that day. For me, it's like, if I have a message, I'm going to go Facebook Live with that intention. I'm going to give kind of a lay of the land of what we're going to talk about. But take that moment to greet people as they're coming into your live broadcast and ask them what they would like you to talk about, or try to have that interactive. There's a reason why it's social media, y'all. It's social. Let's get social. It's not all about promoting. It's all about giving back and nourishing your audience, and really taking that time out of your day to share with others is really cool. So does anybody have any questions before I start to get into, that's the mindset. Please, come on up. And that's why I love these broadcasts, and it's Facebook Live, there's Instagram Live, there's YouTube Live, there's webinars, there's so many. Again, these are live broadcasts beyond the traditional media. So please share.
Okay, do you want me to use the mic?
Yes.
Sorry. Well, I was afraid to use Facebook Live, and I know that sounds crazy because I spent 19 years in television as a sports caster, sports reporter, but I don't know why. I think it's because I knew about live, and I knew all the things that could go wrong with live. I can't tell you how many times something went wrong. The audio signal would drop, or somebody would, walk in front of you, so it was like really scary for me. And finally, I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So I think I was made to do it. I think it was an organization that was in either Donna or something else. Anyway, it's like, we're going to do this. And so, okay, I guess I'll do it. But once you do it, the more you do it, the less intimidating it will get. For me, it was like, okay, I can get back on this bike again. I can do this still. And so
I know that people will ask me all the time, because I do want to open up for Q&A just here momentarily, just to get a little bit more interaction. But there's no rules when it comes to broadcasting live. It's all about your comfort level, and just do it, because what we're saying about the streaming capabilities and is this going to work or is this going to, we're all in this together. I think all of us have tried a Facebook Live, and if you haven't, you're about to. So we're going to pull up our phones. Go ahead, pull up your phones. Who has a Facebook page? I'm going to teach you how to do this. It's easy, and it's fun. And you're not going to believe how many people on a Saturday morning are going to tune into you. So again, the mindset is key, just because you can go in with something you want to say, or just live, just to go live. Do it behind the scenes. Show them a tour. I can't tell you, when we were practicing with this, and again, Facebook Live and Instagram Live and all these different lives are such an experiment zone, a playground for us. With Real News PR and everything else that we're doing here, is behind the scenes and start to just interact. So you could go without a script. People just will be fascinated with what you're up to. And just test it, and you will start, your mindset, ideas will emerge. We may have a plan.
Are you doing it, which one are you doing it?
So, thanks, Dad. I haven't had somebody have this, and it's, this is so cool, Dad. Okay, so this is my page. Full disclaimer, the reason why I made my social with Sarah, that's my personal one.
Is it Social with Sarah?
Social with Sarah. That was to get our clients comfortable. It was just Sarah's little Social with Sarah page, and I taught them how to build it. And this is, you will see on mine, it's literally me doing mic check, and people are tuning in live. And I've started to build this interesting little audience just out of these mic checks and highlighting different clients that go on live, just to practice it, to get people comfortable. Because if they go live on Sarah's page, it's not their page, so they can mess up as much as they want. So I started off my little Social with Sarah page just as an experiment and a playground. And so if you are nervous for whatever reason, and again, we're all in this together, you can make your own little alias page just to have it, just to practice and start to share it to your personal page, right? Or create your book page, or create whatever page you want. And what I'll say about, just as I've been traveling this journey on how to get the most reach and who's going to audiences, and different clients will ask us questions all the time, so I need to have the answer. Your personal page will always get the most reach no matter what. And I experience this with my dad's page all the time. Well, I haven't been, but I now will. This morning, I went live, Dad, on your personal page, Jeff Crilley page, and we had like 19 viewers. And when I went live on Real News PR page, we had 2 viewers. And went live on the Jeff Crilley Show page, we had like 1. So it's interesting because your personal page will always get the most reach. So go live on your personal page and then share it out to your other little pages. Or if you just have a message that you want to share out to that page at that time, go for it. I think just going live just to try it, and everybody has their phones out. Okay, so who doesn't have a Facebook app, or who's starting from scratch here? Anybody? Okay, so we're going to show you up on the screen, and that's okay. And I can help you build a page afterwards if you want me to. Okay, so on your, let's see how I can do this. So we're live here. On your app, there is this magical little button that says Go Live. And now on, does everybody see it on your app? So it's on your profile page. And there's this little live red button. Do you see it? And we're going to pause for 5 minutes, just so, or maybe 2 minutes, just for you guys to go live. So what I want you to do is to go live on your pages. You're going to welcome everybody. You're going to show them the room. Maybe you can interview each other. And then I'll show you in a minute how you can actually do a screen share to interview somebody from their phone to your phone, which is going to be awesome. Yes, please. Okay, so I'm going to walk around and help, and please help your neighbors. So if you go on Facebook Live, teach them. And again, what's cool about this is if you want to delete it, you can delete it. You're just going live to that audience that's tuning into Facebook right now, and so there is an option to delete the broadcast after you're done with it, or save it. I encourage you to save it, because it's fun to save those. So we're going to break, and I'll walk around the room and help everybody with who needs to go live. And again, you're going to say, hey everybody, it's Saturday morning, where you are, whatever you want to say to your audience, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how to grow your audience.
Perfect. Okay, so Sarah's going to go around, so is my son. They're both under 30, so you can trust them. They know what they're doing. I honestly don't know how to go live myself. So I'm a typical boomer who says, okay, it's technical, let's get a kit.
Bring you guys with me.
You can go to my website, Ruth, and see
That's live. That's live? Yes. Okay, I'm going to
how
show.
do we get it? How do I get it?
Okay, so go to, hang on, I'm going to take my audience with me here. You want to start taking care of them because they're with you. Okay, so you're going to go to What's on Your Mind.
What's in your mind?
And
Punch
then
this.
click on it. And then there is live video.
Oh, what's in your mind?
And then look, it's selfie mode, and then you'll go live.
Raise your hand.
And then start live.
Okay, and then you start. Then I could talk.
And then you talk. Yeah. You got this, you got this. We're going live. And as soon as it says live, introduce yourself.
Hello. I am at the book marketing with Jeff Crilley.
And what are we doing here today?
Today is Saturday morning. I'm supposed to be sleeping. But I think this is just a great thing. Actually, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be speaking in another place. But I got here and I got stuck in here because it's so wonderful. I just love Jeff Crilley.
So you want to turn it around and show everybody where you are. So we're going to show Facebook Live. So then you click that button. Do you see that? And then now you can kind of, they hear your voice talking.
These are the people in here.
You're the
They're
reporter.
teaching us how to do this Facebook Live. Once we learn it, that's beautiful, Sarah. Once we learn it, I could not stop after I learned something. Okay, so there's my friend.
And I was like,
That's my friend Lisa.
I love this, guys. I love this.
And that's
Hi, Susie. We love you.
my friend Donna Scott.
Okay, so here's what I want to do.
So now I learned how to do
We're going to
this.
transition Sarah to my son, if that's okay. We're going to spend a couple minutes on your website. And the reason why I want to spend a couple minutes talking about your website is that ultimately everything we're doing is designed to drive traffic to your website. And if your website looks too homemade, it can hurt your brand. So one of the things that happens when clients come in, round of applause for Sarah. I thought you were, right? That was very good, very interactive. Okay, so if, and this happens, it doesn't matter how big your company or small your company is, ultimately people are going to judge you based on your online presence, right? And so we have worked with very large law firms before, and we say, okay, before we start working with you on the media, we need to talk to you about your different platforms and what they're saying. So sometimes we'll say, respectfully, you need a new website because your website was built 5 years ago, and it seems like every 3-4 years web styles change. Just as clothing go in and out of favor, web styles change. And if you ever want to know what a current website is supposed to look like, just go to apple.com, because Apple.com, everybody likes to look at what Apple is doing, and although they have thousands of products, their website is not overwhelming, it's clean, it's sophisticated, and so Apple can always suggest to you whether or not your website looks out of date. But we'll tell law firms, let's work on your website, and then let's talk about your social media, because you have 200 employees and 50 likes on Facebook, which means not even all of your employees have bothered to like your Facebook. So you either need to take the Facebook down, because it's hurting your brand, or let us help you start populating it and getting more people on your Facebook page, because your brand is telling different things. It's like, I always compare it to if you were interviewing a financial advisor to trust this person with your money, and you met them at a party and you looked them up and down and they dressed sophisticated, they had a nice suit, you asked for their business card, they gave you a nice thick business card. You're like, okay, this person looks like they know what they're doing, I'm gonna go ahead and check out their website. Website looks good. And then you go out to leave your appointment, and the guy gets into a 1985 Pinto. He just lost your business, didn't he? Because if he can't manage his own money and he has to drive a 1985 Pinto, something's not right here. And so I give that to you because if you're telling the world, I am this, all of your platforms should be saying the same thing. Does that make sense? So I'm going to bring Dallas up because Dallas began his career as a hacker at the age of 11.
Allegedly.
Never convicted. All right, give it up for Dallas Crilley.
Hello. How are y'all doing? Cool. So I want to tailor what I talk about to the audience specifically. I don't know if the question's been asked. Let's start with how many of y'all in the room have a website for yourself or for your book? Wow.
So here's one that I pulled up.
So I really want to tailor the talk to the audience. And I guess I'll start by saying, in terms of what Sarah was talking about, the first step is to actually create a Facebook page or a place where your fans can go for your business. And Facebook has gotten so good that in many cases, your Facebook page can be almost as good as having a website for yourself. That's the first step. I'm a big believer in things that are achievable and kind of incremental improvements. The first step is having a Facebook page. The second step would be having a website, any website, just something that you can actually put on your business card that isn't facebook.com/mybookrocks. One website I worked on in the past was an IT company, and their slogan was, what was it? It was essentially noticing the big picture without missing the details. And that was the first thing that you saw when you went to their website. Well, that actually doesn't tell me anything about who you are or what you do. And so the problem with that is that since you don't really know how people came to your website, you can't assume that they know who you are or what you do. And so you need to tell them immediately so that they know they're in the right place. So I guess as far as the blog is concerned, I think you're doing a really good job, Nancy.
Your audience through your website, it's all one and the same, right? You want to be able to marry the two together, so then you've got your social media audience that will be continually populated through your website. They go to your website, oh, how social, what have they been up to? It's an easy way for you to just kind of update your audience of what's going on and be interactive with them. So That's why we wanted to introduce the idea of how to integrate your website portion and what kind of messaging do you have. But again, don't stop there. Go live on your Facebook page, have your Facebook page as interactive as possible so then you get to know your audience a little bit better and who's following you and what they have to say about your brand and what you have to share with the world. Just to kind of take the story further with, we went Facebook Live. I think that went great, by the way. Round of applause to everybody who jumped in. And I don't think we have enough time, but I did want to show there is a way where you can go live and then have a screen share aspect so then you can invite people onto your live broadcast and interview them. This is new. This is cool. And I think maybe you may or may not have seen this capability scrolling through your news feed. But what we did with Realness PR, and just to kind of tie up the story of, my dad had a radio show, and all of a sudden this audience is not just listening to him on the radio, they're listening to him on social media pages, and it was really exciting. And we went from 0 followers to over 1,000 followers. That was just a complete organic. We had guests on, and the guests that we had on got so excited that we were going Facebook Live. And so as Dad was having guests on, and I'm showing them the Facebook Live, the channel started growing. So just to take this just one step further with your live broadcast, and everybody did so wonderful, introduce somebody and start interviewing them. And now you have your own show. And we got to the point, Dad, it's really cool. We ended the radio show relationship to build out these studios downstairs to give our clients that capability to have their own TV studio for their streaming live shows. And so with called Real News Communications Network, we built our own live streaming network, which is awesome, which is so cool. So Dad's going to show us a couple examples here of shows that we've produced downstairs, and we go streaming on simultaneously all the channels. So you can go live on several social media pages. So you could go on your personal page, your created page, your Instagram page, your YouTube channel, all at the same time. And then there's your shows. It's amazing, and so we can't wait to take you guys for a tour downstairs. But again, you don't need our studios. We're not here to sell you today. We're here to just say, we believe in this so much, we built our own studios to be able to create that consistency for our clients. And to create, when the stream goes up and down and all over the place and side to side, our stream is consistent and it's there, and it's recorded too there's different ways to rebroadcast things and add pictures and make it now your own produced show, which is just amazing. It's so cool. So I'll let my dad take it from here. But.
So let's, and after the event is over, you guys are welcome if you want to take a tour downstairs. I don't want to take valuable class time.
I recommend it. It's awesome.
We've built the nicest studios in Dallas-Fort Worth, better than Kid Craddock Studios. I mean, we spared no expense, and so I want you to experience it because our view is. I always like the quote from Wayne Gretzky, "Why are you such a great hockey player?" And he says, "It's easy. Everybody else is skating to the puck. I'm skating to where the puck is going to be." So I'm a small business owner, as you are, and I'm saying, okay, where is the puck going to be? The puck is going to become your own TV station, become your own radio station, go directly from your phone to their phone. Does that make sense? I mean, we have a president now who, with his phone, can reach 34 million people, I think is his current Twitter count. 34 million people from his cell phone to yours. 60 Minutes only reaches 11 million. So your individual cell phone, you take somebody like Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, they've got like 90 million. So if Katy Perry today decided she wanted to start her own TV show, Katy Perry today on her phone could reach 10 times the audience of the top-rated entertainment show in America. Do you see where I'm going? So I like to say, you remember there was Blockbuster, right? And then Blockbuster owned it for so many years. And then along came this pesky little teeny company. It's like a little gnat called Netflix. Just little teeny company. And big Blockbuster that could have bought Netflix and put them out of business, close them down or absorb the technology or whatever, just kind of swatted the gnat away and say, no, everybody will always want to drive through a snowstorm to go to a video store and stand in line and rent a video and then drive back to everybody will always want to do that. And Netflix had changed the model and said, well, you know, if you wanted to watch a movie on a Saturday, you could order it on a Monday, it might arrive on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then you watch it at home. And Blockbuster was too arrogant to see that the model was changing, and then along came ordering on demand. And now I think the last Blockbuster store on the planet finally closed about 2 months ago. Okay, so why am I telling you that story? I don't want to be Blockbuster. We're still pitching Channel 4, Channel 5, Channel 8, Channel 11, 33, Telemundo, USA Today. We're still pitching the main media. We think they're going to be around for a while. They're still big and they're still powerful. But in order for us to truly look into the future and see where the future is going to be, I need to jump heavy into content creation. So of our 17 employees, really only 2 of them, myself and a guy named Tim Livingston, who I pay to watch TV for a living. He watches TV and pitches our clients. Only 2 of our 17 employees are doing pitches to the media. The other 15 are creating content so that you can have your own voice. Does this make sense? You'll understand more when you see the studios downstairs. But right now we're doing 33 shows downstairs. Just people coming in off the street, they want a voice. It's been a game changer. Yes?